All right, I'm gonna make a suggestion right now. I think we need to have more Trisha Yearwood bobblehead nights because clearly she just brings something into this team right here, and I love it. What is up, everybody? Team Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of my Nashville Predators. I think you can tell I got a little pep in my step because we're talking about a win. Predators beat the New York Islanders in an all-time classic. I'm calling it right now. We win 7-6. 7-6. If that was a football score, I would be very underwhelmed. Thankfully, we are talking about football on ice. We got lots to dive into right here. I took a lot of notes. I got lots to recapping to do. Hey, I love it, baby. I love it. So let's dive right in. Coming into this game right here, the Nashville Preds. We are coming off of, I will call this right here, a devastating loss to the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, we are eliminated from the playoffs, but we're still playing for team pride. And we lost to a team who, we outplayed them for like 55 minutes. Pretty much the entire game. We outplayed the Habs. We outshot them by like 20. We almost spent like a full period in the offensive zone, and we still lost. So yeah, I was pretty bummed out. And now we have an Islanders team coming into our building, who, yes, they have won their last two. However, one of them was against the Washington Capitals. And, of course, in that game, that's where Alex Ovechkin scored goal number 895. And who did he score that historic goal on? Ilya Sorokin. Ilya Sorokin, thanks to that goal by Ovi, will forever be known as a answer to a trivia question. So you know that Ilya, he's going to be pretty angry coming into this game right here. So on than yeah, he definitely has quite the bill to live up to. But I think a big key for us, if we were to win this game, and I think that we saw this as this game went on, we had to be more aggressive in how we finish plays. Against the Habs, perhaps we were just trying to make everything too perfect. We were just trying to just set up the perfect shot. Sometimes boys just get in that zone, get shots off, and just see what happens. And this first period, all right, start of this period, this Preds team, they definitely tested my patience right here. 4-16, Islanders in our zone. Puck gets to Pagia behind the net. He finds Pulock. He shoots, and it's Holmstrom with the tip in, 1-0. Islanders. Going back to that Habs game again, because it still just eats away at me. In that game, again, even though that we lost, there were a lot of great aspects to that game. One of them was we were aggressive defensively. Where was that on this goal? In fact, where was that on a lot of the goals that we allowed in this game right here? I'm not going to, I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer. But it has to be stated. It has to be said. Where is the aggressive defensive play? Because, like we've done it before. We did it a few days ago against the Habs. Now we're playing an Islanders team that is lower in the standings. So just where was it? Where was that aggressive defensive play? We only allowed one shot from the Habs from the inner slot, and 5 minutes in, the Islanders, they score, and we are down 1-0. However, you know what? Maybe that was the boost that this Preds team needed, because just after that goal, we were just tons more aggressive. We were turning up the heat. We were getting shots. We were getting looks. And at 6:44, it pays off, baby. Luke Evangelista, he is taking off to the net. He shoots. And great job by Bunting, Michael Bunting, to just create just all kinds of chaos in front of the net. That's what you got to do. And Bunting, he knows that. He knows. And that's why we got him to create that chaos in front of the net, provide those screens and get those rebounds. And Ryan O'Reilly right on that doorstep, he catches in for his 300th third goal. Congrats to Ryan, and now the game is tied. Something that I did notice as this period went on and as this game went on is that we were beginning to capitalize more on rebounds. Against the Habs, there were a good amount of moments where we had shots in front of the nets. Guys were doing their job, but we just weren't able to get those rebounds. Like Montreal, they were just they were good at just clearing that puck down and just not having us, they denied us that extra rebound, that extra shots. I know fans will say what they will about this Nashville Preds team right here, but you know what? We still have determined vets on this roster. And right at the top of that list of determined veteran players is Philip Forsberg. And at 11:45, LaRue, he gets in on the forecheck. Puck gets to Philip Forsberg, and then Forsberg, he has a great turnaround shot. He shoots, and baby, the Predators now have a 2-1 lead. For Philip Forsberg, that was his 30th goal of the season, the 5th time in his career he has hit that mark, that 30-goal mark. Deservingly so, and you know what? We were just firing pucks right through the slot, man. Everybody was getting chances, from Jonathan Marchessault to Matthew Wood. Everybody wanted a piece. They wanted a piece of some of that, goal pie. Yummy. Unfortunately, the Islanders, they got their piece as well. 16-12, face-off in our defensive zone. Right off of the draw, Pelech, he fires that puck, and at first I thought it was Horvat that tipped this puck in, but actually it was Anders Lee with the tip in, and we are back to a tie game. And hey, you know what? Trust in the handshake line, Anders Lee, you know what? I will say this about Anders Lee. He is not that guy to take credit for a goal that he did not get. I don't think anyone would ever do that unless your name is Sidney Crosby. So yeah, definitely an up and down period for us. But hey, we are tied. We have a chance. Going into the second period, once again, restating something that I've said in videos past, our biggest problem in past games, the past few games, is that if we have a good period, right? Great period on both ends of the ice, we have just not been able to translate that great quality play into the next period. And I do understand that, guys are tired. I do understand that. But even just transferring a little bit of that progress, that would be huge for us. We would go against Dallas. That those first two periods, great. Dallas got that one goal till the very end, but it was still a 1-1 game. And then in the third, we just lost it. We lost it. And one of those good aspects that we did do in the first period, but we struggled a little bit in the second, is that we had to get sticks in and force turnovers. And Pajot for the Islanders, he was already having a great game, and here he comes again. 4:36, he comes in, he makes Onanen commit, but Pajot, oh, you sneaky little slime ball. Instead, he passes the puck to Holmstrom, and he scores his second of the game. And I thought that Onanen, I thought that he did get this at first, but that puck, that shot was just so fast, and it was just untrackable. And this was unbelievable. To score, do great, and now we have to come back from behind again. That would be a common theme in this game. Thankfully, we pulled it off. And thankfully, at 7:17, D'Angelo for the Islanders, he gets called for holding. And thank goodness that we scored on this power play right here. And you know what? We weren't messing around at all. No. It takes us just 7 seconds of power play time to tie the game. You have to love that if you are a Preds fan. O'Reilly, he wins that faceoff. Great puck movement by Marchessault and Blankenberg. They find Stamkos in his just perfect spot, and Stammer, he fires that thing in. And for the third straight game, Stamkos, he scores for us, baby. We are back in this. Stamkos, he has been on fire. Now, shortly after, Ryan O'Reilly gets called for tripping, which to me might be a little biased here. I'm sorry, but I don't think he was tripping. Just honestly, I think Ryan, he was just trying to make a play on it. And even if the guy flops, refs, they are going to call that. And You know what? Like, yeah, like sometimes the flop, it works. Honestly, though, I wasn't too worried about being a man down. I mean, Predators 5 for 5 on the penalty kill over the past few games, facing an Islanders power play that hasn't really done anything productive all year long. And the story continued here. However, just as the power play is ending, Onanen was down. Like, he's trying to get up, but Maxim... Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that last name. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just like, I know that I will get it wrong. And look, again, like, I'm sorry about that. Hey, I mean, I was better at math than English for a reason. I'm sorry. But hey, like, you still got the goal. Maxim scores. It is 4-3 Islanders. However, again, this is the theme here. Every single time that the Islanders, they score, we find a way to answer that. And we do it again here. 13-25 Preds. Great job on the forecheck once again. Jonathan Marchessault has it on his stick. He fires it in. And Michael McCarron follows up this with his own rebound, baby. He runs over Sorokin. Cry about it, bro. Michael scores, and we are tied once again. You know, I do want to say this, you know, in our recent home games, and we also saw this against the Habs, the refs, they have just found a way to just keep us down, to screw us over. Perhaps this could have been called goaltender interference. Thankfully, it was not. Thankfully, we get, you know, just like a small little win there. Thankfully, the refs, they weren't totally against us in this game. Whew, man, like, I swear, the notes that I took for this game, I took a lot of them, like I said. Like, this is, you know what, this will qualify as a college essay, I'm telling you right now. And you know what? We are not done yet, and I do not mind it at all. Thank y'all for sticking with me here. Home stretch here, third period. It is crunch time, baby. Just under 5 minutes left. Onanen tries to clear this puck. Kept in by Kyle Palmieri. And this was weird. Look. Onanen, I know he's had a rocky game, but I certainly thought that he was going to make this stop. I mean, this was just like a routine backhand for Kyle. And I thought that Onanen, like, I thought he was going to stop this, but he just... Puck goes in, and now it's back to the drawing board. 5-4 New York, we are down again, but at 15-57, Ryan Pulock, he gets penalized for hooking Stamkos. So I thought, you know, here, this was our chance to rise to the occasion and tie the game once again. However, just as we're trying to set a play up here, Romanov, he takes out 2 Predators. Forsberg makes him pay for it. How that was not called a penalty on Romanov for just taking out like 2 guys, I have no idea. But now Islanders, they have numbers going the other way. Holmstrom has it. He passes to Mayfield, who scores a short-handed goal. A short-handed goal. In a game where, yes, have we been good defensively? No. Like, you know, like a high-scoring game like this, you know, there's always 2 sides to that coin. Defensively, we were not great, but to allow this on special teams after our penalty kill has been great. Like, dang, that really stinks. And for me, I was in bad. Look, y'all, you know what I've been through. I've suffered. And I thought, here we go. Once again, you know, these teams pull off these miracle moments, these epic comeback moments, and now all the headlines, I could see it. I was seeing it in my mind that the Islanders, like, oh my gosh, the Islanders win a thriller. They keep their playoff chase alive. I was just hearing all that. And I said, where is our moment? You know, where's that moment when we make the headline? Where is that moment? You know, Obi scored 895. Okay, great, fantastic. Maybe he'll get to 900. Who knows? But where's our moment? Where is our moment? I'm craving for it here. I thought that maybe we weren't going to get it here. Maybe we'd have to wait till next game. Maybe we'd have to wait till next year. But what we saw in these last few minutes, this right here, this is what I've been talking about. This year has not been great. We all know that for us. but we've made the little steps of progress in my mind. And the team bonding has formed. You are down 2 goals now. You give up a short-hander. Time is ticking away in the third period. I will say this, Predators team of months past, they probably would have let this game slip. But not this team right here. Not this Preds team right here. This time we get our moment. So once again, with the refs being absolute softies and giving us an unsportsmanlike conduct, and also Bo Horvat tripping Brady Shea, Preds have a 4-on-3. Stamkos has it, right? And he is looking right into Sorokin's eyes. And Stamkos, he fires that thing in, no fear at all. And now, Stammer scores. We are back to a 1-goal game. Job is not done yet. Less than a minute. Preds go empty net. Forsberg, he is, you know what? I said it right here. He is spreading that love. He is spreading the Islanders' defense out. He finds Shea, and then Brady, he finds Stamkos. He fires. And Michael Bunting, again, screens, rebounds. That's what we needed. That is what we've needed for a long time. And Bunting, he delivers with the tip-in. And the game is tied, baby. Let's go. I'm telling you, man, this Prince team. I love this team right here. Someone called this team dogwater. I don't care. I love this team right here. Overtime. Brady Shea, great puck movement by him. He finds Svechkov, and then Fedor. You know what? He is not intimidated at all either. No fear in his eyes. No intimidation. He shoots, and he scores, baby, and the Predators, we win! An absolute thriller. And overtime, we win once again. 7-6. Woo! Woo! Oh my goodness, man. Take a breath, take a bow. Preds team, take a bow. Absolutely. Again, this was our moment. We've worked hard for it, and we earned it. And as for the Islander fans out there, look, I know that y'all might be a little salty, just a tad, that, you gave up 2 goals in the third period. You gave up 3 straight to lose. But hey, you know what? Dallas, they did all that in less than a minute. So, hey, you got to take your wins when you can get them. And as for us, I don't think it gets any bigger than this. Again, we were eliminated, but the team pride was still there. I've been saying this for what feels like an eternity now. I've been saying, boys, we got to get more screens. Guys, we got to be more aggressive defensively. Guys, we got to play the role of spoiler. And in this game, man, we checked all of those boxes. So many guys had great games here. Michael Bunting, 2 points, including the game winner. Jonathan Marchessault, who, in my opinion, I felt like he was in a little bit of an offensive funk in the past few games. Here, he bounces back. 3 assists for him, and of course, Steven Stamkos, which I don't think you can see it right now. I'm wearing his shirt. There we go. Now you can see it. You know what? I don't care that I look like a goofball. We got the win. Stammer, 2 goals and 2 assists. Well done, bro. Well done for Steven Stamkos. And let me also say this to close. Because I'm sweating. Let me say this to close. This is not the only time that you are going to see a Preds game like this. A game where we had to come back multiple times in this game. So many times we had to come back. We had to score just to be at the same score with the Islanders. And we finish it off in this game. This is not the last time that you will see a game like this where we rise to the occasion. Mark my words. This is a great team with a lot of talent. We have the tools for success, so come next year, expect a lot more games like this one right here. But boys, congrats. You all deserve it. Go enjoy it. But fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a hearty salute to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Go Preds!